back to our questions from emails that we received. This one's for Chuck Crosby over at the Crosby Law Offices. This comes from Simon, Chuck, and he's selling his home. Apparently, Simon has a list of personal items that he wants to give to the buyers if they do not ask for repairs from the upcoming inspection. So he's wondering, how does he make that work legally? And by the way, my suggestion is if you've got things that you want to give to the buyer, I would wait till after the
Yeah.
inspection and use them as a trading ability in lieu of repairs. Chuck?
Well, a couple things that jump to mind is first off, you don't want to put personal items on a contract without listing that they're there only for the convenience of the seller and don't figure into the purchase price at all. Lenders will not loan money on a house and appliances. So if you're going to put that in a contract, you have to put that disclaimer. When you say leaving personal items, the question then becomes, are we talking about larger things like a riding lawnmower or a bush hog that may have a title to it that would need to be changed over? If that's the case, you'd need to do that and take care of that. But generally, if we're just talking, hey, flowers or pictures or things like that, just a little handwritten, hey, I'm leaving ABC, it's yours.
I'd add a caveat to that. Make sure that the buyer wants those things first.
Yeah,
Right?
that obviously, yeah,
That could be a problem.
Well, I did have that happen one time where there was a garage full of stuff that the seller said, "Oh, I'm sure they'll love this," and the buyers took it to be junk. And they're like, "Why did he leave all this junk in the garage?" Of course, tensions flared.
So I've had two interesting stories. There was a 1962 or 1964 Triumph that was left in a garage, and the buyers thought it was part of the deal. And apparently the sellers came back later and said, no, that's not staying with the house, because there were other items that were left, and they just thought the car was left there too. But we were asked a few years ago to inspect a chicken coop because the seller was leaving the chicken coop and their chickens to the buyer, and the buyer wanted the coop inspected. And I'm like, yeah, we can't do a home inspection on a chicken coop. But they also asked whether or not we knew anything about chicken health or care, and that's outside of our field of expertise and our standards of practice. So we had to pass on both of those. But I don't know if they kept the chickens or not. That was a closing gift to the buyers.
Well, that's not a bad gift in my mind.
Yeah, it's a gift that keeps on giving. Hopefully,
if they've got the eggs going on.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we move on.
Now, there's always Takeo Ishii. Takeo Ishii, Isshi.
Yeah.
You might want to Google his name. He does chicken yodeling. You just give it a look sometime.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
It does fall into the home inspection range there. But
Got it.
anyhow.